I knew something was wrong the third time a delivery vanished from my porch. The box had been there at noon. Amazon tracking confirmed it. By evening, gone. Poof. Like a magician's trick. Except I wasn't laughing. My stomach sank and I muttered under my breath. Not again, damn it. It wasn't porch pirates from the street. No. The security camera I'd installed after the second disappearance revealed the culprit. Clear as daylight. Karen. The self-appointed queen of the Homeowners Association. That bob-cut tyrant with her designer sunglasses and a smirk sharp enough to slice glass. Are you kidding me? I gasped when I saw the footage. The audacity. She strutted up like she owned my doorstep, snatched my package, and even paused to check her manicure in my reflection before strolling off. Who does that? I sat there fuming, replaying the video, my fingers trembling with a mix of fury and disbelief. 3 packages. Gone. And she'd made it look effortless. Almost routine. How many neighbors had fallen victim to her? I marched outside that evening, pacing the sidewalk, eyes darting toward her pristine White House at the corner. Perfect hedges, trimmed roses, a flagpole with some smug Homeowners Association, pride of the community banner waving like it was mocking me. My fists clenched. But the war hadn't even begun yet. The next day, I cornered her by the mailbox. Hey, Karen, I said, forcing a tight smile. My voice shook a little, but I pushed through. Any chance you've seen some of my packages? They've been disappearing. She tilted her sunglasses down just enough for me to see her eyes glinting with smug amusement. Oh. Her tone dripped with false innocence. Maybe you should keep better track of your things. This neighborhood expects responsibility. You know. My jaw dropped. Excuse me. I am responsible. I have video. She cut me off with a laugh. Video? Honey, that kind of accusation could get you in trouble. I'd be careful what you say about people in this neighborhood. The Homeowners Association doesn't take kindly to slander. Oh, the nerve. She was threatening me. I stood frozen as she flipped her hair, turned on her heel and sauntered back to her house like a villain in slow motion. That night, couldn't sleep. The glow of my laptop lit up the living room as I dug through forums. Stories of dealing with neighborhood bullies, petty thieves, and power-drunk Homeowners Association presidents. My heart thudded in my chest. Maybe I couldn't stop her through the Homeowners Association, but I could hit her where it hurt. And then it clicked. A grin spread across my face as an idea sparked. Wicked and delicious. If Karen wanted my packages so badly, fine. I'd give her one. A very special one. The next day, I got to work. Plain cardboard box. Taped neatly. Labeled with my name. Inside, I placed a pouch of fine, bright pink glitter. The kind that clings to everything. Forever. I layered it with a spring-loaded confetti mechanism I'd found online. Rigged so that opening the box would unleash an explosion of shimmering chaos. But that wasn't enough. Oh no. Karen deserved more. So, with rubber gloves and a wicked sense of justice, I tucked in a sealed bag of shrimp. Not fresh. Not clean. Shrimp I'd left out in the sun for 2 days until the stench nearly knocked me out. My nose wrinkled as I packed it. You want my stuff, Karen. I whispered. Enjoy this. I left the package on my porch like bait. Then I waited. Hours crawled by. My nerves buzzed with anticipation. My ears straining for every sound. Finally, there she was. Karen. In her pastel blouse and wedge sandals. Strutting up the driveway like she owned it. She glanced left. Then right. Then bent down with her fake prim elegance. Click. My camera caught it all. She scooped up the box, tucked it under her arm and strutted away. My heart pounded with adrenaline. Gotcha. I whispered. What happened next? Oh, it was glorious. Later that evening, a sound erupted from her house. A shriek so sharp it pierced the quiet suburban night. Then came the slam of a door. the frantic thump-thump-thump of footsteps, and finally, the unmistakable whoosh of a vacuum cleaner roaring to life. I doubled over laughing in my living room. I could practically see the scene in my head. Glitter coating her rug, her clothes, maybe even her precious dog. And the shrimp. The smell would only grow worse. For once, Karen didn't come swaggering by my house the next day. She kept her blinds shut tight. Her car sat untouched in the driveway. Neighbors whispered on the street, chuckling, speculating. One even told me she saw Karen storm into the dry cleaners with a blouse that looked like it had survived a unicorn explosion. But the story wasn't over. Oh no, because Karen was the type who couldn't let things go. A week later, I found a letter shoved under my door. Not mailed. Shoved. My name scrawled in angry handwriting. Cease your childish pranks immediately, or the Homeowners Association will fine you for harassment. You are on thin ice. I let out a sharp laugh. Harassment. She had been stealing my property for weeks. Now that she got a taste of karma, suddenly I was the problem. My blood boiled, but beneath it was a surge of triumph. She was rattled. My plan had worked. Still, something felt unfinished. A part of me wanted more, wanted her fully exposed. Because while the glitter bomb was satisfying, she could still twist the narrative. Play victim. Whisper to the Homeowners Association board. I needed undeniable proof. So I set another trap. This time, I wired a decoy package with a discreet GPS tracker. Nothing fancy, just enough to ping my phone when it moved. I even stuffed it with decoy electronics. Old cables. A dead remote. Things to make it feel real. Then I set the box out on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Karen couldn't resist. By evening, the tracker pinged from inside her house. My phone buzzed. The little dot blinking on the screen. Proof. My heart raced. I had her. But here's where the twist came. The very next morning, as I prepared to march to the Homeowners Association with my evidence, someone knocked at my door. I opened it to find her husband. I blinked in shock. He stood there, tired eyes, shoulders slumped, holding the decoy package in his hands. Look, he muttered, voice low, almost ashamed. I'm sorry about this. Karen's. She's been having some issues. I didn't know it got this far. I just wanted to return this before things got worse. For a moment, I faltered. His face wasn't smug. It was broken, exhausted. I could see the weight of living under her reign pressing down on him. My anger wavered. But then, like a storm cloud, her shrill voice cut through the air from across the street. Don't you dare apologize to them, Richard. I looked up. Karen stood on her porch, arms crossed, face twisted in fury. Glitter still shimmered faintly in her hairline, catching the sunlight like cosmic punishment. They're the ones causing trouble in this neighborhood. She shouted. You're weak, Richard. Weak. Neighbors peeked out of windows. Car slowed down to watch. The scene was unraveling fast. Richard's jaw tightened. His grip on the box trembled. Then, with a deep sigh, he turned. Not to me, but toward her. No, Karen. You're the problem. You've embarrassed us enough. I'm done covering for you. The silence that followed was electric. I swear you could hear the collective gasp ripple down the street. Karen's face contorted. She stomped her foot like a child denied candy. You traitor, she screeched. But Richard didn't flinch. He walked back across the street, box still in his hands, and set it firmly on her porch. Then he went inside, slamming the door behind him. For the first time, Karen stood alone, truly alone. I watched from my doorway, my heart hammering, stunned by the twist. My plan to catch her had spiraled into something bigger, an unmasking, not just of a thief, but of a bully who had ruled through fear for far too long. The neighbors saw. The whispers would grow. The glitter might fade. But her downfall, it was sealed. I exhaled slowly, a long shaky breath, and whispered, "Justice." Because sometimes, karma doesn't just knock. It explodes like a glitter bomb and stinks like rotting shrimp. And that's how Karen got her downfall. Her throne of homeowners association power crumbling under the weight of her own arrogance and my perfectly timed counterattack. So tell me, do you think setting a trap for someone like her is justice or just another level of revenge? Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more wild neighborhood justice stories.